partly I wanted to see what Iran is like today on my own, without political and journalistic intrusion. All right. I think I've been getting misleading information in the United States, and I just wanted to see for myself what Iran is like. Okay, I think the society, the people on the street are more open and friendly and freer to do what they want than I had been led to believe. It's just, I had certain misconceptions about what people can do here and what they do here. And I think that it's much more open and easygoing. I must say, we're here during Ramadan, and so that takes away a lot of the social activity, but what I've seen has been really great. I enjoy it. Okay, in 1969, the Shah was in power, and it was a different culture. I had left on my trip from driving a car from London, and I went to Paris and Rome and Frankfurt and Prague, great cities. And I went through Istanbul, which at that time was not very developed. Then when I got to Tehran, I thought, wow, I felt like I was in Europe again. I mean, everything was so colorful and open, and people were doing things the way they did it, even in America. I mean, similar, different, obviously, but the openness was quite surprising to me. And I didn't see that same openness until I guess I got back to the United States again. Well, especially, I was about 45 years old then. No, 35, I guess. And so I met with a lot of younger people. And it was like meeting people in my city of Los Angeles. I mean, many people spoke English, and quite good English, and they did the same things. They ate good food, and yes, they drank alcohol. And that was okay with me, having a glass of wine. And women were just, I think, so free to do what they wanted, within limits, obviously. But people would go out and have get together in the parks, and I remember sometimes they would even dance out in parks or in public, with music going and dancing and singing, and just very, very open. Okay, so we saw Tehran, Kashan, Isfahan, Yazd, and Shiraz, and then lots of little villages. I think I and the other 3 friends I was with preferred Isfahan. And possibly because, from what I understand, that's a very strong cultural center, literary, artistic, and so on. And there just seemed to be an ambiance about the city that wasn't quite as strong in here or in Shiraz. All the cities were great, and each had their own strengths and weaknesses, but I think Isfahan was our favorite. Well, a big portion of the trip was to visit the desert areas. Nain and Kur and Garme and Mezer and Faharabad. And so that was totally different. That was a very special part of the trip. And we all enjoyed that a lot. I mean, just being on the desert and living in a totally different way, of course. You know, sometimes no beds and just different food, different people, different aspects of the culture. And it's hard to sum up, but it was very special. Absolutely. I mean, there's just been nothing to indicate otherwise. If you're talking about security in society, it's safer here than America. You know, I mean, with all the guns. No, I have no problem here at all. I think that the biggest problem possibly is maybe pickpockets. And that's not a danger, it's just nothing, but nothing happened to us. But I think this country is totally safe. And that is one of the differences, or one of the bits of misinformation that we get in the United States. Everyone thinks it's so dangerous here. And some of my friends said, "Are you sure you want to go to Iran? Oh my God, what's going to happen to you?" And that is crazy. I'm evidence, an example that it's perfectly safe. Yeah, I don't see any problem at all. I don't have any problem. I wish I could have been on my own more, you know, and just, that's how I like to travel, on my own, and just go and do what I want and everything. And I would feel perfectly free to do that, you know, in terms of social safety. Oh, I understand, yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, it's the policy and it's the way it is, but I would feel, I have no problem. I think that they're very good. I think that they delivered what they said they would deliver. They played out what we're going to see and do, and even how long we're going to be driving, and I think they fulfilled that pretty well. I also like the fact that we were very busy. We were constantly moving, going to places and seeing things and walking around, and yet there was still time for these rest periods, or take a break and have some time to just do whatever you want to do. So, no, I think it's a good company. Well, as far as SURFIRAN, no, I can't say so. I mean, when I arrived, there was a little bit of mix-up, but this happens to anybody. And other than that, no, I don't have any negative thoughts about it. I really don't. I think it was a good... Little things, like we like to go to bazaars, and you know, and so many of the hotels are in these old fortresses, and you walk down these little alleyways, right? And you know what I don't like? The motorcycles. The fumes, they're noisy, and they're dangerous. That's one of my problems.